Hey people, welcome to the Run Testers and our first run look at the new Nike Structure 25. Now this is a support shoe that's built for comfort and stability over long distances. So is this the supportive daily trainer / easy shoe that you've been waiting for? Well, I've put in some miles to find out. So watch on for my first run impressions of the Nike Structure 25. So first up, some quick details then. Well, the Structure 25 has a bigger stack than its predecessor, with 37.7 mils in the heel and 27.7 mils in the forefoot for a 10 mil drop. That's a bigger drop overall, 10 mil compared to the 8 mil on the 24. It's also heavier than the Structure 24, weighing in at a pretty hefty 10.7 ounces or 304 grams in our UK men's size 8.5 test shoe. Price wise, it's also going to eat around 130 of your US dollars. Let's have a quick look at the design and what's new then. Well, the Nike Structure 25 is designed as a stable, comfortable runner for long distances. And this 25th generation update now comes with boosted cushion and support. The midsole features a higher stack of updated Cushlon 3.0 EVA blended foam. And Nike says this brings extra, better energy return and a softer ride to boot. There's more of that foam, and the support comes from the enhanced arch support that's here to help runners that tend to overpronate as well. When you look at the uppers, up top you've got a single layer mesh, and as with all uppers, the big claim here is that they provide better breathability, but it's actually still pretty dense and structured overall as it goes with uppers. The heel collars and tongues are very well padded. Minimal shoe this is not. There's also a substantial heel counter that's quite narrow to lock your heel in place and hold it firm. Flip them over and you've got a really good covering of outsole rubber with some waffle style lugs here covering the main midfoot, forefoot section. And there's also some ridged grip patterns on the lateral side as well. That looks like it's going to give pretty good durability. Now when it came to fit, I ran in a UK 8.5, which is my usual running shoe size, and I found the fit spot on. It's snug and secure, but not too restrictive. You get good heel hold, and I would recommend going true to size based on that first run that I've done. Now onto the run test. I've actually done a couple of runs in this shoes, about 15 miles so far. That's mainly on tarmac with a bit of uneven river path thrown in to test that overall stability. That's largely at slower paces. I have put in some faster paced interval sessions in my runs as well. In those early miles, I found that the Structure 25 have a good volume of that Cushlon cushioning, and that soaks up a lot of the road and the bumps. And there is some response here. They're not completely dull. You get more if you're landing further up to the forefoot, but they definitely run firmer than many of the recent slew of big stacked cushion daily or easy trainers that you'll find out there. And you will need to like a firmer ride to enjoy this shoe. And when you compare them to their neutral kind of sibling, I think the closest shoe, the Nike Vomero 17, you definitely notice the lack of the Zoom X foam layer, which you get on the Vomero 17, which adds a little more pop in that shoe. And there's no escaping overall that this is a heavy shoe as well. It has that look about it and you feel it on the run for sure. At times I found the run or the ride to be a little bit slappy, a little bit clumpy. I found the transitions were a little bit sluggish for my liking. The flip, of course, though, is that firmness in those slower transitions definitely boosts stability, which is something you might be looking for if you're looking for the shoe. But I still think it puts it into the bracket of an easy plod shoe that's suited to long, slower mileage rather than anything faster. I didn't feel it performed well at those kind of faster paces. Now they're super plush as well. The heel collar padding keeps that heel counter at bay, but the uppers also feel a bit tad hot to me. And the Structure 24 I didn't really find had great breathability despite Nike's claims, that was at least in those early runs that I did. Now onto my first run verdict. Well, this isn't really a shoe for me. It's too heavy. I think it lacks response, and even though I tend to like a firmer shoe, I felt like it was a bit hard work at slower paces. I like a bit more energy, or I like my shoes to disappear a little bit more on the foot. I was really kind of aware of it when I was running. But then I don't think this shoe is aimed at me, so that's probably not a huge surprise. And if you are after a firmer ride in a stable, easy run shoe, or you're looking for a more subtle, subdued response to help with that stability over longer runs, and you don't mind carting a little bit of extra weight on your feet, then this shoe might actually be for you, and it could do a good job. The support is there in spades. There is a really good stable platform to run off. And though it's not setting the world on fire, I think in terms of response, for an easy clip-along shoe with good stability, this is okay. You know, it's pretty good. And one big thing I think it has going for it as well is durability. Durability-wise, this has all the hallmarks of a shoe that's going to take a lot of mileage. So there you have it. That has been my first run verdict of the Nike Structure 25. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions for the full review, hit me up in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe as well, ring that bell so you'll get notified when that full review lands, and other shoes. We've got some great content on the channel right now. There's a brilliant best cushion shoes video that I'll put on the screen about now. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and happy running, people. Good luck with whatever it is that you're trying to achieve out there.